Je call, I fall. There's a legacy between us. We grow, we go, but in the middle.
Hello and welcome back to the channel, YouTube family. All right, guys, before we get into the video, and we will in just a couple minutes, this won't take long, I do want to talk to you guys about the things that you really need to know if you visit Horseshoe Bend. Well, first of all, the number one rule here, the number one thing, I'm going to put it out there, is try not to die. Okay, Horseshoe Bend is a place that you do not want to horse around at. Okay, don't horse around at Horseshoe Bend. That's the first rule. This place is, this place is dangerous. All right, listen. Well, first of all, if you walk down the path that they've created for you to use to get up to Horseshoe Bend, you're gonna be safe. You're gonna be fine. Your odds of dying are almost zero. Okay, unless you get struck by lightning, which it never rains, so that's probably not gonna happen, or you get bit by a rattlesnake or something, you know, it's probably not gonna happen. All right, don't worry about it. You're gonna be safe. Now, once you walk up to Horseshoe Bend, there's a railing to protect you. If you stay behind the railing, you don't climb on the railing or you do some crazy thing at the railing, you should be okay. But you know, you might want to venture out. You might want to explore a little bit. I know we did. Well, that's how we got these pictures that you're about to see, these images. And it was well worth it. But keep in mind, you got to be careful. All right? Don't be fooling around with your selfie stick and trying to get that angle and you trip and boom, you know. This is not survivable. Okay? It's like 1,000 feet down. Okay? Chances are, I mean, it could happen. Let's say it could happen. You can fall off the cliff and maybe you get snagged up on a rock or something and you bust a couple ribs and then they can pull you up and you live. Okay, don't count on the rock. Don't count on that. Dwayne Johnson's not going to be around to save you. All right, so if I were you, I'd be very, very careful if you're not behind the railing. And the railing is small. I mean, let's face it, the area with the railing is pretty small and you're going to want to venture out. That's how we got these pictures, these images. And I mean, it's awesome, but you got to be careful. So number one thing, visiting Horseshoe Bend is try not to die. Okay, that's the number one rule. Now, what else do you need to know? All right, if you're staying in Sedona, I made a couple notes. You guys know how I feel about notes. But again, I had to do it. There's just too much information, okay? So here it is, all right? So if you stay in Sedona, which a lot of people visit Sedona, then they want to go see Horseshoe Bend, it's a 3-hour drive. If you're in Flagstaff, it's 2-hour drive. And if you're in the town of Page, well, you're right there. That's like 7 minutes, okay? The town of Page is where you want to stay. If all you want to is be in the lake and go see Horseshoe Bend, that's the spot. No, I'm fucking melting. I'm fucking dying. All right, guys, I'm sorry about the little bit of noise, but I had to start the AC in the car. It's just way too hot. This is Florida, man. This is Florida. In Arizona, it was like 107. Right now here it's 85. This feels way worse than 107. If you guys don't know about Florida, yeah, hey, this is a different game over here, man. This ain't no joke. 80 degrees here is hot. very hot. So let's get back to the point. Let's get back to Horseshoe Bend. So the walk on the trail, okay, it's about 1.5 miles back and forth, okay? So when you get there, they're gonna tell you, oh, it takes like an hour to go back and forth. Look, unless you're on your deathbed and there's something wrong with you, it's not gonna take no hour, okay? At normal walking pace, it's gonna take you like 30 minutes to go back and forth, okay? So count on 30 minutes to go back and forth, and then whatever time you spend there. And you could easily spend an hour, at least, you know, looking around. And again, be very careful, but you might wanna get some nice pictures and clips, and it's just awesome. Okay, I highly recommend Horseshoe Bend. I think it's a must-see. It's only $10 to get in. There's great parking. The roads to get there it's an easy drive. Okay, so I gave you guys some of the distances, right? So how long it should take you to drive to see it. Okay, the parking, I think it was $10. It was $10 for cars. It was less for motorcycles. I think it was like $5. And if you're like in a bus or something, then it's like 30 something, okay? I think cars and RVs are all $10. It's not per person, that's per vehicle. So it's very reasonable. The parking was great. The walking to see Horseshoe Bend, again, it's a walk. It's not even a hike. It's just a walk. And it's very safe. If you stay behind the railing, you're gonna be fine. If you're gonna venture around, man, be very careful. Be very careful. All right, don't count on Dwayne Johnson. If you have kids, my suggestion, you know, if I had a kid, I think I'd tie him up with a little rope. I tie him around the waist, and I don't know. I wouldn't risk it. Look, I don't know. Listen, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. Okay. Again, Horseshoe Bend could be dangerous if you're walking around and you're not being careful. So again, forget about your selfie stick. Just be careful out there, but enjoy it. I think it's a must-see. It was a great experience. The images that we got, the clips, you're gonna see it right now. Let's get right into the video. Please, guys, give the video a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. I hope I have the next video ready by next weekend. I'm gonna try to. It's gonna be the Grand Canyon. It was another place that we went to see while we stayed in Sedona. And but let's get right into the video. Let's get into it. Here we go. Okay, so here we are at Horseshoe Bend, the Horseshoe Bend Overlook. Still in Arizona. Let's go take a look at this. Okay, so Horseshoe Bend. It took about 2 hours from Meteor Crater, where we were at. And if you drive straight from Sedona to here, it's probably like a 2.5 hour drive. So we'll check this out. To get in, I think it was $10 for per car. So it's not per person, it's just $10 per car. And then, you know, I think this is worth driving out here. It's a nice drive. So let's see what we can see. And now once you get here and you park, there is they told us about a 20 to 25 minute walk to where you could see the Horseshoe Bend, and then obviously you gotta walk back. So just in walking, you're gonna spend about an hour, and then whatever you spend there. So let's go take a look. All right, so we've been walking for about I don't know, like less than 10 minutes. We're almost there already. So, and you could see the formation up there where the water goes around the bend there. Very, very neat, man. This is awesome. What else can I tell you guys? I guess somebody got they couldn't take the walk or something, and the paramedics are picking them up. You can see the little Jeep they come in to get you. So some older lady looks like. Yeah, I guess the walk was a bit too much for her. But so far it's like really easy. And the way back is gonna be uphill for most of the way, and that's gonna be a lot more difficult. But you could see it there, pretty awesome. Another thing is the temperature's about 90, maybe 92, low 90s, but it doesn't feel, well, it feels cool. I would say in Miami, when it's like I don't know, 78 is like what it feels like now. There's like no humidity, and 90 doesn't feel, and it's very, in some areas here it's very, very windy, but right now it's not, but it was back there. We're getting closer and closer. There it is. I can't see the screen here on the camera, but I wanted to kind of feel this sand. It's like, I don't know if my hand is even showing there, but yeah, it's just like sand, but it's red. But yeah, just feels like the same like at the beach. Pretty cool. So there you see like the main area, but there's plenty of spots that you can walk to and get some nice pictures. Look at that. Alright guys, so Horseshoe Bend. I'm really happy I came out here. It was well worth it. I think this is pretty spectacular. The view here, magnificent. It's only $10 per car, so very reasonable. And they have areas like this, just like at the Grand Canyon, where you can kind of like just pretty much step up all the way to the edge of the rock formations here. They do have an area like I showed you guys in the beginning, right up there, where it's there's a railing and stuff to, I guess, keep the people safer. But if you want to venture out a little bit, you can get some really spectacular pictures and views. There's people over there. You can just kind of like hike around the area. Imagine jumping on that little rock that's about to go over right there. I don't know about that one, but this is awesome. This is spectacular. All right, so well worth it. Horseshoe Bend, come and see it. Arizona, we out. All right, so recap of Horseshoe Bend. Well worth it. I really enjoyed that. It's very nice, spectacular. The walk, they said it was like, I don't know, like an hour to go back and forth, but it's really only like a 15-minute walk. So in 30 minutes you can go back and forth, and you know, plan to spend about an hour there, take your pictures and take in the scenery. I thought it was spectacular. I thought it was well worth it. If you're in Arizona, if you're in the area, check it out. So please give the video a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, and I'll see you guys on the next one.
Can somebody come and save me? I just wanna know. I wanna know.
I could run through the fire, I could conquer the night. If I can make it, if I try to draw the red light, I could